Vitale is excused. Chris Petrus is excused. Paul Pinkney, not here. Aileen McDab Coleman.
Present.
Keith Batman.
Here.
Joe DeForest.
Here.
Charlie Ripley.
Present.
Joseph Bennett.
Here.
Elaine Daly.
Here.
Pat Mahonik. Here. Tim Lattimore is excused. Mike Didio.
Here.
Ryan Foley.
Present.
Tucker Whitman.
Here. I'll forego the formalities unless anyone objects. Okay. There's a public hearing this evening on amending local law number 2 of 2009, establishing the office of county. That's not the right one, is it?
It is. This one.
Yeah, but I'm reading this. I'm reading the wrong one. I'm holding the right one.
Oh, that's an old one on your desk.
Yeah. Okay, we will try again. Authorizing pursuant to New York General Municipal Law 6D to appropriate from the Building Repair Reserve. We'll open the public hearing. Is there anyone here to speak to the public hearing? So the topic of tonight's meeting is the position of county administrator, or lack thereof, or what the future may bring for it. I guess this essentially is going to be a brainstorming session. I guess we have a few options and probably some I don't know about. I know in the past there's been full-time chair people. In the past there's been administrators. There's been a few other things as well. As far as how we would like to proceed in the future beyond the first of the year, I think is mostly what we're going to be focused on. I believe we have the rest of the remainder of this year handled. We have somebody kind of filling in the day-to-day. I'm going to be working on the budget with Lynn. And of course, you're welcome to object to my opinion on that. But I'll open this up to the legislators and anybody that has anything to say to it. Mr. Bennett.
Yeah, I think it's time that we probably take and move an interim and appoint an interim and have somebody that can actually take and make some decisions and everything and act as an administrator or as the head of the government right now for us. I think that would be a good move as we're going forward. I know it's only interim, it's temporary, but, you know, we need somebody that department heads can go to and get a definite answer from and stuff, and, you know, rather than have to go through 2 or 3 different people to get to that point.
For the rest of this year?
On a day-to-day basis.
Elaine?
I just had a question. Is that part of that recommendation is there would be someone basically here kind of on a full-time basis during the workday? Is that what that would have authority to act and, is that what you're?
I would hope that we'd have somebody here, you know, on a pretty much, day-to-day basis, you know, full-time basis, yes.
That would be given authority by the chairman
To act as a temporary, you know, interim
county
administrator.
So would this individual essentially fill the shoes of, say, our past county administrator? I mean, would they
I
be?
hope not.
But they would play that role full-time, not just be somebody for the department heads to go to, or, I mean, because administrators a lot more than that. They all, you know, work on the budget.
Right, I would hope that they would have some input on the budget and work on a day-to-day basis operations too, because, you know, we still, those department heads have to answer to somebody or get answers from somebody. I think we need somebody in there pretty much on a full-time basis until we decide which direction we're gonna actually head.
Okay. Mr. Didio?
Yeah, I would support Joe Bennett on what he just said. We have people that are in line to come in as interim. And I think we need to use them right away. We can't wait any, we shouldn't be waiting.
I guess,
I guess, yeah.
Who are
Who
those
are those people?
that are beating down the door to be interim administrator, if you don't mind me asking?
Keith.
If I may point, if we're going to talk about specific people, we need to go to executive session. And if that's.
is that a motion?
No, I'm not, I mean, I'm just saying, if people want to talk about specific, this idea in the
Specific
context
people.
of specific people, we got to go to executive session. We can't be talking about, you know, people.
Ryan.
Specific people, I'm sorry.
Let me get Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, I think we've wrestled with the idea of going with an administrator in part, at least an interim, in part because we have our department heads that ideally would step up. One of them would step up into the position, and their familiarity with the county and the operations would be beneficial. But they have their own full-time positions that they have to do their work for. So it's always been kind of a rub, if you will, on how to move them up, but then make sure that their own department stays functioning well. And I've always said it, that we take our best department heads, stick them into another department because they do so well in their own department, and then they get ruined to some extent. And it causes chaos. If we move one of them over, we have to give them our full support. That's the only way it ever works. So, I mean, those are just my comments on the situation for right now.
Charlie.
I thought we were gonna move into the direction of doing Lloyd as the interim. Yeah, if we're gonna put in a team of people like we did with Keith, to run things that, that's, what do we need Lloyd for? They're gonna do that. But, Lloyd is here every day. That's.
Well,
the situation.
yeah, if we want to discuss Lloyd, we're going to need to go into executive session for employment history,
Yeah.
of a particular person. And that's fine with me if that's the path we want to go down to discuss an employee, but somebody just needs to make that motion. Joe?
I think where the question arises with anybody in-house that goes to interim is, if they're going to interim, they're going to be the administrator. That means they're no longer doing what they used to do. So I think that's where the confusion is. They're not doing two jobs, they're doing a new job.
Right.
And that leaves a vacuum, whoever moves into that position, if it's in-house.
So if we were to take a current employee, make them interim administrator, they would move from their position to the administrator position. Then we would have to fill somehow the position they left. And then after the first of the year, whatever path we may go, maybe they're the new county administrator from there on out, and that's fine. And if they're not, then what do we do? Do we fire them or the person that filled their job behind them, or shuffle things around? It makes things kind of sticky in a lot of situations. Mr. Bennett?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion, we go into executive session, a short executive session for, to discuss personnel matters.
Second.
Yeah.
Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. You want to invite anybody in?
Attorney.
Yeah, Chris, your attorney, please, yes.
Okay. Are we
Lisa
staying
said
or
if you
going?
need her, she's on the 5th or the 2nd floor, if you need Lisa.
Lisa?
Want
Hey,
to
Charlie.
just go there real fast and.
Yeah, it's just.
Second is it.
I'm quite